Well, dozens of local agencies and emergency service representatives have gathered in Corning today to discuss how they can better improve disaster response across the area. WENY's Alicia Solorzano attended the meeting, and she's here now in studio to share more about the plan and its development. Alicia?
Nick, a disaster response plan was developed in 2021 after Hurricane Fred hit the region. A meeting to improve the plan was scheduled to be held this year prior to the August 9th flash flooding from Debbie. Now, United Way of the Southern Tier has partnered with officials in Steuben, Schuyler, and Chemung counties to reevaluate and move forward after the most recent natural disaster. After seeing the devastation from Fred and Debbie in the region, the United Way and local emergency service officials decided it's time to reevaluate the current disaster response plan. They discussed what worked well, what didn't, and how they can address long-term recovery efforts going forward.
The best way I can describe it is it's everything from intake to action. The most comprehensive piece of information that we're beginning to refine today is the intake process, the collection of information from individual families to make sure that we have everything we need to support them.
While there were several suggestions and proposals, it was universally agreed upon that recovery efforts need to be a faster response by officials to help people who were affected. Meeting the public's short and long-term needs is vital in the plan's further development.
If we look at what happened during Fred, it took us 4 months to get this process up and going. And what we've learned from that, when we got to Debbie, we had this up and operational within 4 days, and the first funding was dispensed out to individuals within 10 days.
If another natural disaster were to hit the area, Hughes and Marshall say they want their teams on the grounds to help within hours. But the biggest thing for the public to remember is that help is always available during a time of need.
There's so many programs that are out there and available for folks after a disaster. So we're trying to make sure that the public knows that this is the process to be able to provide those resources to them in the event of a disaster and emergency.
Participants in the meeting learned more about the plan, offered insight toward improvement efforts, and figured out the best way to help people in their counties if another disaster were to occur. This may also help them to guide local government and their collaborative agencies in future disaster situations. Nick.